location demonstrates why the Pennsylvania Railroad's main line across the state was known as the Broadway, 5 tracks wide at this point. We are on Route 53 at an overpass between Gallitzin and Crescent, PA, the location being Gallitzin, PA. And we're watching intermodal train 20A operating between St. Louis and Harrisburg. Coming along on track 3 at the Route 53 overpass in Gallitzin is train 26T. There are the characteristic J.B. Hunt containers seen on so many of these trains. We see train 227 operating between Norfolk and Detroit, and most days handling nothing but international containers. This is one of the more colorful container trains on the route, and it's moving west through Gallitzin, PA on track 2. We are on Front Street in Crescent, Pennsylvania, as train 24W approaches. This trailer and container train operates between Chicago and Jersey City. It handles a variety of consumer goods, and we are seeing frozen commodities or refrigerated commodities moving past in trailers lettered Alliance Shippers. The gazebo and platform have been set up by the borough of Crescent. to serve rail fans and others desiring to watch the constant parade of trains. Seen here, passing through Crescent on track 3 is train 11G, running from Lancaster to Conway, PA. We are on Route 53 in South Fork, Pennsylvania. It is a Powder River Basin coal train originating in Wyoming and bound for Connective Energy's Indian River Electric Generating Station in Millsboro, Delaware. This is one of 2 runs from Wyoming to the East Coast operating over NS. Each of these hopper cars can handle 100 or 110 tons of coal. At the power plant, this Wyoming coal will be blended with coal from the Monongahela Valley south of Pittsburgh. These are known as bathtub gonds, and they are unloaded by rotary dumper rather than from chutes in the bottoms of the cars, as they do not have those chutes. All coal trains moving east receive pushers, and it's not unusual for each train to have 4 units at the back. Train 11A blasts by, operating between Reading and Conway, PA. The main line is 3 tracks wide at this point. The 11A handles anthracite from northeastern PA. There are the hopper cars hauling the anthracite. Auto parts, LP gas, chemicals, titanium dioxide are some of the commodities this train handles. There are some loads of steel coils. And as is the normal practice, a pusher is on the rear of train 11A, used to push the train up the east slope and provide braking down the west slope, which we are on. To the left, a couple of SD-80 Mack diesels are moving into position to handle a coal train on the branch that begins at this location. These are the most powerful units on Norfolk Southern at 5,000 horsepower. And that is perhaps the most attractive Conrail paint scheme These units are easing down the Y toward the yard. Now we're just off Route 53, east of Summer Hill, and this is one of the magnificent stone arch bridges on the route. This was originally built as a 4-track main line. Train 10N is approaching on track 2. It operates between Conway and Allentown, PA. Today it has an unusual number of locomotives. This is one of the heavier merchandise trains on the route. It handles grain, plastic pellets, chemicals, liquefied petroleum gas. We just saw a scale test car which measures the accuracy of scales used when freight cars need to be weighed. A train such as the 10N could approach 14,000 tons, and most days it gets a pusher on the west slope. Notice the reinforcing concrete along this side of the structure. That's the case on the other side as well. And now approaching on track 1 is train 10G, operating between Conway and Lancaster, PA. This Burlington Northern Santa Fe unit is not an unusual sight on this route. Today a number of loads of slag are up front. The train also handles flour for Pillsbury, just east of Lancaster, PA. Corn syrup and grains for Kellogg of Lancaster, and canned goods for a Food Lion warehouse in Greencastle, PA. We just saw a refrigerated boxcar. There were 2 on the train this day. These were loads of liquefied petroleum gas, and here come the loads of grain, most for Kellogg. Corn syrup tanks. And that last car contains lumber. That's a T-box. We're just east of the last location, which would be just east of Summer Hill, PA. This is a steel slab train, a common sight on Norfolk Southern lines. This train operates between South Philadelphia and Middletown, Ohio, serving AK Steel, and it weighs more than 9,000 tons. Norfolk Southern handles 5,500 slab trains a year. These slabs will be rolled out in Middletown, and the thin sheets of steel that will come from that rolling process are used for such things as farm equipment, filing cabinets, and metal buildings. This train had 4 locomotives at the back when it came up the east slope. One helper set was dropped in Cresson to be used on a different train going back to Altoona. The helpers provide the power necessary to move trains up the west slope and the east slope, and they provide braking as well. They're moved about as needed between Altoona and Pittsburgh, with just one set going as far as Pittsburgh. The other sets are handled between Conemaugh and Altoona. So being able to position the 9 to 12 helper sets throughout a 24-hour day enables the railroad to keep its trains moving. This is train 17G running from Morrisville, PA to Conway. Again, a foreign unit, a Union Pacific engine in this case, is not an uncommon sight. The train is moving west on track 3. And these are loads of coil steel in covered coil steel cars bound for U.S. Steel's Irvin Works just outside Pittsburgh. Normally this train also handles empty corn syrup tanks from 2 facilities in Morrisville, PA, which are corn sweetener distribution facilities, but did not have those tank cars today. We're on Route 103, just east of Mount Union. This is Amtrak's Pennsylvanian, running from New York to Pittsburgh 7 days a week. Its normal consist is 5 passenger cars. There are 3 coaches and a snack bar car. This westbound train, the 13G, is operating on track 1, running from Harrington, Delaware to Conway, PA. Here, a 4-track main line has been reduced to just 2 tracks. Each track is signaled for movements both ways. The train has just crossed the Juniata River on a very impressive stone arch bridge. The chemical tanks from DuPont have just passed. Now we're seeing empty grain cars, many from Purdue Farms. The train also handles empty feed grain cars from Southern States Milling in Delaware. Scrap metal is another commodity handled by this train. And here, where the line is flat, no pusher is needed. We are on Route 22, just east of Huntington, PA, and this is train 22W. It's a daily train running from Chicago to Rutherford, PA. It handles such things as mail, UPS parcels, periodicals, and packaged food.
thank you for watching this episode of Train Time.